there were things for me to be successful in life. And one was that perfect relationship. I sought through men as a way of trying to fulfill an emptiness, even as I was acquiring my status in my athletic career. Back in the 70s, I was alternate for the Olympics in 1972, represented the United States over in Russia in 73, but I still felt this emptiness. I thought, is there not more to life than this? And even through men. I would be involved sexually with different men. It was like, oh, here's someone at the time. I was searching for love, I was searching for acceptance, but I realized that in the midst of that it just kind of compounded things. It just made my life worse. Searching for inner peace in my life, men did not create inner peace. Just in case any of you out there are thinking a relationship is going to create peace, it doesn't. So I realized that that was the significance when this woman came to one of my classes and began to talk about a man, Jesus Christ. And I remember thinking, I was in and out of relationships with men, so men were a key part of my life. And so when she began to talk about, Lorna, here's a man that loves you unconditionally, and began to describe the character of him, and those characteristics I had not experienced as I had been in and out of relationships. She says, it's not based on what you give or what you don't give. And I remember her saying that, and here's a man that demonstrated the magnitude of his love by laying down his life. And I'm thinking, a whole lot of men said, I love you, baby, but nobody was willing to lay their life down for me. And so at the end, I remember her saying, is this the kind of relationship that you would like? And his name is Jesus. And I remember it was in San Diego. It was warm, but it wasn't that warm. And I just began to kind of sweat. And I realized that this is the relationship that I had been looking for. Here was this perfect relationship, and his name was Jesus. And I remember just saying, Lord, I don't know much about you, but I want to know who you are in all there is. So I give you my life at this point. And I didn't change overnight. There was a lot of baggage that I was coming from, but I remember that I could not get enough about who this man Jesus was. Just his character, just the life he lived, teaching me how to live and reflect him and not live and reflect the things of the world. And as I grew in this relationship, that it was not about religion, because I was raised up religious, but it was about this relationship. So I just really recommend to any of you that are looking through academics, sport, your athletic ability, maybe through money, aspiring a certain status in life, that even once you acquire it, you're still going to be empty. Because the reality is that God has created us with a vacuum that only He can fill. And so I encourage you, look to Him as your provision maker. Look to Him as the one that you find your refuge. Look to Him as the one that you need to find your strength. God says, I've created you in my image, and that you are wonderfully made, and that I know you when you rise up, and I know you when you sit. I know your inner thoughts even before they come upon your lips. No person can know those things. But God, who is the creator of me, of you, the reality is He's the only one that can fill that ultimate void. The love that He gave was a perfect, complete, total love.